I guess we'll call the EMA committee meeting to order. Guess we'll open up for public hearing. Anybody want to say anything? Guess we'll close public hearing, and we got a set of minutes in front of us.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Guess we'll turn it over to Mr. Newberry there.
All right, so the item here for a line item transfer, that line, the 790 line, is it's basically TennCare money that we get kind of every year, depending on how many calls we run, that kind of thing. And we utilize that for equipment most of the time. So there's a new federal cost data collection requirement that is out there. Lauren and I have met with it, and it's quite vast, and it's very not well defined. You can do it and hope it's right, and you run a risk of a 10% penalty, which for our case would be probably $200,000 to $300,000. So we don't want to risk that.
Yeah.
And the other part of that too is with good data that we get, the federal government will take this analysis across the U.S. and say, okay, it costs X amount, per call to run an ambulance service, and we're paying this, so we need to increase that. So if we give bad data, then we run the potential, not just us, but across the nation, to not be able to support that data. So we're wanting to, in talking to Aaron, he didn't want to utilize it in that equipment fund. He wants to move it to a consulting line, and that's what this would do, is basically just internally move that money over to a consulting line so we can get a professional that they've done a few of these, because this is the first year of it ever. So it's
Move to approve.
kind of here and there.
Any other comments, questions?
Question. Do we know who's going to be doing it, Brian?
Probably, there's a company here, Justin, bear with me. It's in the packet here. Most likely would be the one, because I've called it, and there's not that many that does it, unfortunately, because this is the first year. So Apex 360 is the company that I've talked to, and the lady that I talked to there, she's in close consultation with the gentleman's name is Scott Moore, not Scott Moore here. He's an attorney with the American Ambulance Service Association that was involved when all this was set up on the federal level, so he's very knowledgeable about it. And I actually talked to him several times. Real nice guy. And I mean, I didn't want to keep bugging him all the time, is to have somebody, and she's got kind of direct consults with him. So far, that's the only one. I've left messages and emails at 2 or 3 other consultants, but I've not got anything back yet. So
I got you.
but it would be under the amount that we'd have to bid or do anything anyway.
Anybody got anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Randy, got anything else?
I do. I just wanted to bring attention. It's not any movement of anything. So, in looking at our ambulance costs this year, we got $140,000 additional this last go around, and I looked at remounts and new ones, and of course both of them gone up a little bit even since we got that 140. But in looking at the numbers, I think I can do 2 remounts this year, and that's going to put us right at what we utilize this year. Then next year, probably do a new one, which hopefully won't be that much more. They have gone up. We actually locked it in before they went up again, another $30,000 for a remount and almost $40,000 for a new one. But we did it, in July, so we've got the 90-day grace period, or locked that in. So just FYI, those have gone up again. But hopefully, if everything pans out, unless it just goes crazy on prices, which obviously it already has, but even crazier, we should be okay. But just FYI, throw that out there, and that's all I have, sir.
I'm going to speak, if I can. We need to purchase everything we can for this county before 2027. We're going to make any large purchases as far as apparatus. New emissions are coming in. They're already in California. They're already hitting. They're already pushing electric vehicles, fire apparatus. I hope I'm retired before that gets here.
Well, it's federally mandated 2030.
That's correct. By 2030, everything must be
Unless it's
electric.
repealed between.
Really?
All the new trucks or?
Correct.
Oh, okay, so not the
Because if
current.
you do a
fleet.
remount, I think you would fall under that same.
By 2027, when to do all our purchases, that way y'all have that on your mind for later on in the future. If we're going to purchase anything, we can do it before 2027 for this new.
Let me ask you this,
Okay.
real quick. With that being said, you know that obviously when we order apparatus, we're years out, so will that still affect by 20, will we have to have it on order?
Well,
or will
talking
we
to
have to have
Aaron,
it by?
y'all know how y'all did that fire replacement plan 4 or 5 years ago? By July, that turns over. So we'll have 3, we'll order 3 in July. After that,
Of course, I don't know if it'll
Get
fall,
worse.
you know how
Right.
model years fall, you know, it's a 2025
Right.
and then 2024.
Right.
So I don't know if it's going to fall on the
just to y'all keep
calendar
that in the back of your
year,
head.
sure, 27 or the model year. Because you can order one in 26 and it'll probably be a 28 by the time you get it.
A lot of it's gonna depend on when it's ordered. If you order it in 2028, for example, and it's got you on the list for a build date of 29, if they have to start retooling the plants at some point in time, you're just not gonna get that truck with an internal combustion engine in it, because they won't make them anymore.
Yeah,
So
unless policy changes.
unless that gets repealed.
Okay.
yes.
I don't see that happening, but I hope it does.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you you got an update on the ladder truck?
We're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can I go with
Okay.
you?
I don't care. Jump on. You gotta sit next to him.
Who's driving it back?
There's a company that actually has to drive it back because they're mandated by the company to actually deliver it here.
When you gonna be back here with it?
With it, it'll probably be next week, end of next week. We're not bringing it back. We're flying up there doing the final and flying back on Friday morning.
Call me when it comes in, please.
Sir,
Call me when it comes in.
and we'll leave here. Y'all will, and they'll leave here and go to Dickerson Road in Nashville at EVS to get the tools mounted, radios put in, that kind of stuff. And we'll
You
probably
gonna
have-
fly with us and drive back for Miss Jerry?
Okay.
I'd be willing to fly.
Anybody got anything else? Any old or new business? Yes, we got one more motion.
Motion to adjourn, please.
All right.
Thank you.